we're going to continue our journey of the sutras. So this morning I went back to kind of remind myself, why are we looking at these 5 modifications? Like, what are we doing here? So I think maybe it's helpful for all of us to have just like a reminder of the path that we're researching right now, which actually just reminds me that all of this inquiry work is really research into ourselves, which is why I think I'm so drawn to it. It's like, who am I and why am I this way? So our first sutra told us that yoga is the restraint of the vrittis, the fluctuations, and we're actually looking at what are the vrittis. So we're on the 5th of the 5 vrittis, and just as a reminder, the first one was right knowledge. The second we call misconception. And then there's verbal delusion, sleep. And today we're gonna get curious about memory. And a reminder that what he says about the vrittis is that they can be painful or painless. Right, so if we think about memories, they can be painful or they can be painless. And he hasn't actually said anywhere that either one is good or bad. They just are painful or painless. And I think part of what we're doing in this practice is learning to be curious and inquiry around, okay, what am I experiencing? And we might go, oh yeah, painful. And I laugh, but I feel like that's what the practice can give us, is like this ability to step outside of the experience and say, oh yeah, this is painful. And create a little bit of separation between the suffering and the awareness. So, I think that's all I want to say about kind of what we're working with. And I'm going to guide us into just a practice of awareness. And memory might come up. No guarantees on what you're going to get this morning. But the invitation that I'll take us through is to just bring an awareness to what's there and a curiosity. And if it comes into painful, to be more curious than resistant. A lot of our fear is around the unknown. At least that's my experience. And if we can get to know what's here, then maybe some of that fear and suffering is diminished. So with that, before I begin, anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna mute the other mics. Do a little spotlight so you don't have to stare at each other's faces if your eyes are open. Okay. Create a posture that's going to be supportive on purpose. Start with your foundation. So whether your eyes are open, notice where you're situated and what's supporting you. So kind of notice the physical right here. And create it. So we're working with what we can and cannot do. So physically create yourself for practice. do something on purpose with your hands. So if you haven't already, create them to create what you're seeking here. And notice your breath. If the inquiry work into what's here gets to be too much, your breath is your anchor. You can always draw your attention back to your breath. Start by noticing how it's real and true. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. And breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. Allow your attention to hold lightly to your breath. And begin today, as your mind loosens onto other thoughts, just noticing if there's thoughts of the past, memory, present, might be bodily sensations, or future, something not yet experienced or manifest. So the practice is just a labeling practice, past, present, or future. Get curious about these thoughts. Painful or painless? Without judgment, with just a curiosity. If your thoughts are painful, move your attention into your body. Just notice what you feel. Is there a place, a space? From a place of curiosity, what's here? Staying with the feeling, the physical feeling, watching it, noticing if it's changing. And use your breath for support, whether it's giving you the strength and courage to stay or a place to find safety. If you're holding your thoughts tightly, to your breath. Loosen up a little bit and let your mind open up to what's here. Sometimes memories are based on misconception. Get curious. Is it true? Is there any opportunity to say, I don't know? Can you allow what's right here? Take a bigger breath. Picture a beloved in your mind's eye. Might be a human who's very dear to you that brings joy to your heart, or an animal. And send them loving kindness. It might sound like, may you be happy, may you be safe, may you live your life in peace. Picture somebody in your mind that could use some TLC right now. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you live your life in peace. Finish by picturing yourself in your own mind's eye. Send loving kindness to yourself. Articulate loving kindness for I. Take a bigger breath. Do that again, one nice big clearing breath. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thoughts, questions, inquiry. Mary?
Going back to the whole idea of the whole memory thing, I have come to the conclusion that a lot of my memories may be flawed because they are all based upon my interpretation and then my total lack of recall of events in the past. Not sure my memories can always be trusted.
Good insight. Yeah, we write our own stories. And that doesn't mean it's good or bad. It's just awareness, like, oh, I don't know. And I think it's especially important for the hurtful memories, especially if there's relationships that have been severed, or it's like, oh, maybe I don't know. maybe there's some space to be curious.